This video is going to show you how to go through the skill of teaching your dog between. So getting your dog to come in between your legs, eventually we're going to add a sit, and then we're going to also teach our dog to walk between our legs as well. So to get started with this, you're going to want your dog behind you. Come here, girlfriend. Good girl. I'll step out a little ways. Good. And I'm going to bring a treat lure, but we're going to redo it so she's actually demonstrating, because she already knows the drill with this one. Good girl. Thank you. Come on. Sit. Good girl. So I get my dog behind me, bring my treat lure, they come through, yes, and give them their treat. And I give them a couple, and then I send them on their way, search, with their search cue. And then I go this way, lure them. Good girl. Give them a couple, search, send them that way, lure, perfect, good girl. Now what we're gonna do is add on our verbal cue. So because she's rushing back to get between my legs, I'm gonna say my cue before she gets to me, search. So when she's on her way, I'll say between, good. And then give her her cookie when she gets in here, search. Between, good. Still kind of luring her for a few times while she's learning her verbal cue, but now we're gonna get rid of that because she's fairly good at this. If she already knows it, search. Between, good. So it comes through, sit, sit, good. Comes through my legs, when I say between. I know I said it, you're a good girl. Sit, thank you. Between, good. So once we have this on a verbal cue, we can now add our sit. So Nellie goes into an automatic sit because she knows this part as well. But what we're gonna do now is we are going to send our dog away, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like from the back and then from the front. Search. Between. Yes, good girl. Search. Between. So I bring my lure up a little ways until she goes into that SIT. You may have to cue your dog. Sit. Good girl. If they do that, you're so silly. If they do that where they kind of back up, I just reset them and feed them so they're sitting actually between my legs. Let's do it one more time, girlfriend. Search. Between. Good. There you go. Search. Between. Good. Wait and see if she'll offer it to me. If not, you can lure. There you go, good girl. Good girl. Now what we want to do is start teaching our dog how to walk between our legs. So what I will do is add in my cue, walk, and a lure, and take a few steps, good girl, and give her a cookie. If I stop, ideally I want her to sit, but I don't know if she will do that on this flooring. Outside she does it perfectly. Inside on here, she's a little hesitant to sit. Search. Between. Good. Walk. Good. Search. Between. Good girl. So that's the basics of how to teach your dog to go between your legs. So what you'll start with is your dog behind you, lure them through, give them a good dog or a yes, click, give them their cookie. Do that a few times until they're comfortable coming through your legs. Then what you're gonna do is put your verbal cue to it. So you'll say between, and then bring your lure. Then what you're gonna do is get rid of your treat lure and only give your verbal cue. So it will just be between, dog comes through, they get rewarded. Then you can add in that sit, you can add in your walk. You can also bring your legs a little bit closer so your dog actually has to go between your legs instead of always standing like this. You can also add in spins to this, so while your dog is between your legs, you can teach them how to turn with you so you can get out of the way of things. There's a lot of little nuances to this. You can also start adding some motion on your end. So you leave your dog in a sit, start walking, call out your cue between, and the dog comes running to your legs while you're walking. Good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah. So those are a few little tips and tricks to work on with your between cue. Let's see if you'll do it one more time, girlfriend. Ready? Sit. So this would be if we're walking along. So, excuse you. Thank you. So I'm walking along between. Call out my cue. Dog shows up, goes into a sit.